Hi, I'm Lasia with Move by BJC. Today we're going to do some light stretching. It's going to take about 15 minutes. It'll help reduce stress, improve flexibility, and maybe even help with some soreness. All right, let's get started. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Hands can be up or facing down to your knees. We'll ground it to down to a few breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Just letting that fresh air in. And then releasing anything you don't want. We'll do one more of those. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. We'll start to invite movement into the arms. So take your arms to the side, fingertips onto the mat or the floor. We're gonna inhale, start to bring the arms up towards the sky, palms facing each other. And then we'll exhale, start to take the palms together, chin to chest, just bringing it down. Releasing the fingertips back to the mat. Inhale, start to reach it up slowly. There's no hurry here. And exhale, bringing it down. Let's do one more. Inhale. Bring arms up slowly. Then exhale, bring your hands down. Releasing hands to the side. This time, take your arms out to the side and just open the palms as if you're reaching. There's two walls next to you, and just kind of start to move the fingers as if you're starting to press against the wall here. And then we'll start to bring it back and forward, slowly bringing the palms together, and then exhale, open. We'll inhale, bring it. Exhale. One more. And open. Start to bring the arms down to the mat. We're going to do some neck circles. So going either to your right or left, and just slowly roll the neck. Taking time, if you feel tension in any part while you're doing this, just kind of slow it down, maybe pausing where that tension is and just recognizing it for what it is right now, and then keep going after that. And we're going to switch directions. So taking your time, come to the center and then reverse. And this is good for, because we look at the screens a lot and we tend to look down. And so just helping with the mobility of the neck. And this will help reverse some of that effect. All right, come to the center slowly. And as we go through this practice, make sure to breathe. Sometimes we forget to do that. Take one deep breath in and exhale. Slowly take your knees and feet around. We're going to come to what's called a quadruped. So you're on all fours, palms directly under shoulders, knees under hips. So we're going to do some wrist mobility here. So taking your fingertips and bringing them so that they're pointing towards each other. So inhale, then exhale, push the earth away from you. And option to shift left and right to work the wrist. So taking it gentle here. And then we'll come back to the center before we switch our wrist direction. So taking our wrist, find it back, fingertips underneath the shoulders once again. And we'll do one more wrist mobility exercise. taking your fingertips, bring them towards your knees here. So taking time right here, maybe that's all that your body is wanting today. If it is, stay here. Otherwise, you can start to peel the palm, the wrist, and all that off the mat, and then slowly bring it back towards the front. Slowly lift. And it can be pretty intense, so if you are just staying static, that's fine as well. So one more, and then come back to center. Take your wrists and your fingertips pointing back forward. Take one breath here, and exhale. We're going to go into something that's called puppy pose. And it's very similar to what a puppy does. So you take your hands out in front of you, about a foot's distance. And what you'll do is you start to lower your chest down, arms long, fingers wide, and your hips, try to keep it high. So this opens up the chest, it lengthens the arms, and opens up the back. Nice and lengthened, really good for those who sit at the computer a lot, or just really good to open up all the different pieces of our body here. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Forehead might touch the mat, or it can just hover up. So listen to your body as we go through this practice. And exhale. One last breath in and out. Slowly lift your chest and upper body up and start to walk the fingertips back to the quadruped position. If at any point you're sensitive in the knees, you can slide a pillow under there or a blanket to just give yourself a bit more cushion. Then take your knees out a little further than your hips distance, and take your big toes and try to bring them close together. What we'll do here is just shift the hips back, and then we'll go into a child's pose position. So now your arms are long, still in front of you, and start to lower the chest down, the forehead might touch the mat. And then start to relax the arms. I know the other two are kind of active. So if you want to start to bring the arms down, take deep breaths here in your child's pose stretch. This opens up the hips, and it also is really good for the back. Take some deep breaths in and out. One more breath here. And exhale. On your next inhale, start to lift the chest up and come to your quadruped once again. And we'll transition to a down dog wide stance. So what that means is we'll take our big toes out to the edge of our mat, and then inhale, lift the knees off the mat and shift the hips back, finding your wide down dog. So in here, your arms are long, fingers wide, so nice and strong there. Option to bend the knees slightly. If you like a little bit of movement, if that's what your body's calling for, you can start to lift and lower the heels here. Otherwise, just stay static here in this wide down dog. Take your breath in and out, very deep, very intentional. One more breath in and out. This is really good for the hamstrings, lengthening, activating the calves. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, shift forward slightly, and just slowly come down on the knees. So when we're here on our knees, we'll do a cat-cow. What that looks like is you start to lower the belly, bringing the heart up, gaze up. Inhale, start to exhale, start to look and round the back, looking between the knees, rounding the back, and then inhale. Find that cow position once again, and then go into your cat. All right, find one more cat-cow. And exhale. And maybe pausing here, pushing the earth away. Really good to reverse any kind of slouching. Come to neutral spine. And what we'll do here is what's called a thread the needle. So we're in our quadruped. We'll take the left arm. Inhale, reach it up towards the sky, just as far as your body calls for. So maybe it's here, maybe it's all the way up here, or just any range is fine. So when you inhale and then exhale, you start to take that arm that you raised up and you slide it across, and then lower your left shoulder, or right, depends on what arm you were using. And then just come down as a thread the needle. You may be hovering a little bit, or you can just lower the whole body down. Inhale, start to release that arm, coming back to the center. And we'll shift back here. So take the knees back out, big toes together, shift back, find your child's pose. Arms long, fingers wide, and then slowly melt towards earth. Hips as wide as they'll come. Maybe you're hovering up just a little like this, that's fine. Just making sure to energetically push your hips towards the mat. One more breath here. Inhale, start to lift up and bring yourself back to that quadruped. Bring your knees under the hips again. And we'll do the other side for the thread the needle. All right, so inhale, bring the arm, opposite arm up, reaching, and then exhale, start to come through, threading, that's what it is, threading the needle, so it's like the eye of the needle, and then you come down, just taking your time here. Hips are up, just like when you were in puppy pose. This is the same kind of hips in the sky. Deep breath here. You can keep the arms up, or you can bring it down a little. Or if you like, you can also stretch the arms a little long. I like it right here. That's what my body's asking for today, so here it is. And exhale. Start to release. Coming to that quadruped. And we'll come down here and find yourself seated onto your knees. We'll do one final stretch to round it up. So here, we're gonna lift our hips up and tuck our toes under. So this might be a little bit intense. So If it's too intense, you can just lift up and not be on your foot as much. If you want a little bit more, you can just sit down onto your heels. And this really helps with if you stand a lot during the day, this is really good to reverse some of those effects. Just take a deep breath. In and out. And then slowly come off of that seated position and then come on around. Let's take a seated easy pose. I just want to thank you so much for joining me today in this stretching session. I just want to wish you a great day.
Hey guys, my name is Bake McBride. I am the Assistant Manager and Group Fitness Director here at Move by BJC. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to join us for this session. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can jump on the website at www.movebybjc.org, or you can give us a call, 314-286-0525. Thanks again.